Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Miranda Hodge. Okay, here on my channel, welcome. We talk about emotional well-being, faith, and online business tips. Now, this video today is going to be all about emotional well-being, specifically managing your emotions. Now, again, this is a massive topic, okay, and we're talking about it in like a 7-minute video or something. Okay, so we're not going to be covering everything ever in this topic today, but we're going to be sharing some tips, really practical strategies for how you can manage your emotions. All right, so let's jump straight into it. The first thing to say when it comes to emotions is that emotions are normal. Emotions are temporary, all right? They're coming and then they're going, okay? But they can get stuck if we actually don't let them go. Now, that just sounds really obvious, but it's what a lot of us do. We try and shut down the emotion. We're not supposed to feel like that. We're not going to feel like that. Now, God made us to have emotions. God made us to feel emotions. There's so many things in the Bible. If you're a God follower, okay, if you're someone who practices faith, okay, of the Christian faith, then you are someone who understands that in the Bible there's lots of stuff going on when it comes to emotion. All right, so emotions are okay. They're temporary. They come and they go. All right. Now, the first thing I should say that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is, number one, you are allowed to be angry. Okay. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be hurt. You're allowed to be, anxious. You're allowed to feel, I don't know, neglected. You're allowed to feel all those different ways. Now, have you ever thought about this? No one's around trying to stop, or most people aren't around trying to stop people feeling happy. Most people haven't got a problem with you feeling relaxed, haven't got a problem probably with you feeling many things that we feel, shy, regularly on a daily basis. Those sorts of emotions don't have people everywhere going, you shouldn't be feeling this, you shouldn't be feeling that, okay? But when it comes to the more negative emotions, people can say, you shouldn't be acting like that, you shouldn't be acting like that. Notice I change it to acting, okay? It's okay to feel an emotion. Okay, it is not okay to act on it in a way that impacts other people. All right, so that's what we're sharing. That's what we tell our kids, okay, and what we need to tell ourselves as well. If we're snapping back at our partner because we're angry about something, not that helpful. Okay, if we're getting really angry with the kids or we're doing those sorts of things, okay, or our anxiousness is really impacting upon other people, that's then when the feeling is actually impacting other people. It's becoming an acting rather than a feeling. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with acting it out. Of course, we're going to talk about some of those strategies, but if it's impacting other people in a negative way, then that is where the problem lies, right? The feeling itself is not the problem. We can move through the feeling, but the acting it out on other people is the problem. Okay, so first thing, you're allowed to have feelings. Second one, what you want to be doing is not trying to be cognitive, be thinking about the emotion. Emotions are not there for us to constantly think them through. And am I saying you shouldn't be thinking? Of course, we're thinking right now, we're talking about emotions. Understanding emotions is great. That's part of my job. All right, I understand that. But when you're in an emotion, standing still, for instance, if you're really angry, okay, you've got a big rush of adrenaline, you want to, get going, you want to start, punching a boxing bag or whatever you're going to be punching. But if you just stand still and try to think your way out of it, you're shutting down the emotion. You're not actually moving through it. You're not actually healthily getting through that, all the different things that cortisol and all the other things that come up in your system as a stress response. You're not actually moving on from those things. You are just standing still and letting it be in your system and trying to just push down a fire that's going to keep burning anyway. You might think you've doused it, but it'll come out at another space. All right, so what we want to be doing is dealing with our emotions appropriately. So if you've got one of those big energy emotions and you're just so angry or you're so explosive or whatever it is, or even if you're really anxious and you want to be like this, that's okay. Act out what you want to be acting out, not towards someone else, not in a way that's going to impact someone else. Go and get your boxing bag. Go and lay down on the floor and do some yoga. do some running. One of the things I refer parents to quite often, I'm over on at the Cherish Mum Space Coaching. Okay, I'm a parenting coach over there. I've been working with kids and their emotions, mums and their emotions and their kids for ages. Okay, so one of the things I always recommend is that children can go out on a trampoline when they're really angry. When they're really angry. Okay, that they can run to the back door when they're really angry. We do lots of that here. If you're angry, you need to be moving. Okay, if you are not feeling good, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling vulnerable, then you need to be wrapping a doona around yourself and sitting on a couch and taking some deep breaths until you feel calmer. Yeah. So anxiety quite often brings us into ourselves. Okay, anger makes us want to lash out. Okay, they're not opposites, but that's how I think of them anyway. Okay, so feel the emotion in your body. Now, this is the other little bit we need to share. Do what you can to work with those natural urges without hurting other people. But one of the things that you want to be understanding and working on doing is actually feeling those emotions physically in your body. Can you feel your emotions? Now, this is something I'm so excited to be sharing with, to be doing with my clients. Love it. How do you feel your emotions? You might feel anger. Talk to lots of my parents about this. You might feel anger like a lava in your stomach. Okay, you might feel sadness as a lump in your throat, or that might be an inability to speak out about something. You feel annoyed or feel like you've been slighted in some way. That can sometimes be that. Okay, lots of different, in your body, your emotions are not just in your head. Obviously, we wouldn't want to punch everyone. We'd be able to stand still like this and it wouldn't be a problem when we were angry. We have a body and we have a mind. Both of those things, and we have a soul and spirit. Okay, both of those things, all of that space, all of those things were made by God, and they're made to work in together. They are not made to be disassociated. They're not made to be dissociated from each other. So brain just thinking about emotions, not happening. Body just doing the emotions, not happening. They need to be doing it together to understand the emotion, but to also help you put yourself in a good spot to be able to manage the bodily part of your emotions. Now, one big problem, and I've been learning lots about this, but one big issue is that people are quite used to thinking about things, but they're not necessarily used to doing things. Because when you do things, then other people might think that you're a bit out of control and don't know what you're doing. Okay, or that you can't control yourself. Now, controlling yourself is great, but sometimes control means giving yourself an outlet over there so that when you need to be healthy and calm, you can be that over here, right? Like we do with kids, again. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Giving yourself that outlet to be able to go, you know what, when I'm angry, I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to go ride my motorbike. I'm going to go jump on the trampoline. I'm going to go do yoga every morning so that I can feel that peace and that stretching. Okay, they're the sort of things that we want to be doing to manage our emotions. Now, just before we keep on going, what I want to do is invite you to subscribe to this channel, to like this video, and also, if you're interested, jump across onto the link below in my description that takes you to Amazon to my latest ebook, which is How to Experience God's Peace as a Busy Christian Woman. Now, if that's something that you are, if you're like me and you're a busy Christian woman and you want to experience more of God's peace, and I'm sharing 4 strategies in my mini ebook over there, I'd love you guys to check it out and give me a little bit of support as well as really get a lot of value. Now, the last thing that I just want to add here real quick, okay, is first of all, deep breathing. Deep breathing, I recommend this to everyone all the time. Doing that really deep breath where you open out your stomach and your whole body. Hold it for 4 and then let it go. If you can hold it for 4 and then let it go for 6 or 7, that's awesome. Okay, it just means that you're able to start really calming your body in a really efficient way. Okay, the last thing that I just want to share with you is if you are a Christian and you are struggling with your emotions and you don't feel like you're safe in a space, okay, because we really need safety in order to actually manage and process our emotions properly, then don't forget what God says in Deuteronomy 31:8. He says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. He says, I'll never leave you or forsake you. Okay? He's not going anywhere. God made emotions. He knows what's going on. He knows when you feel bad. He knows when you feel good. And he knows how it all feels. Okay? So don't forget that you can be in a safe space. We want to keep cultivating that space. Okay? And working on it. We want to work on our emotions, process them. But Move, get moving when it comes to your emotions. Feel them in your body. Okay, even if that means you're sitting down and you're tapping your knee so that you can feel in your body rather than think about how you're feeling. Feel it. Okay. Don't do more thinking. And you're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to feel your emotions. Okay. But we also want to create that safety so that we feel safe to feel our emotions instead of shutting them down. All right, so there you go. That's just a little video for you guys all about managing your emotions as a Christian person. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Tell me what you think down below in the comments. Okay, obviously this is not a comprehensive discussion about emotions because it could go on for years and it already has with lots of other people. All right, so there you go. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. I'm Miranda Hodge. Bye.